So you're like me, when you reach into your Madden Ultimate Team wallet, you don't see millions of coins with thousands of dollars spent on this game. Now, if you're in that situation, I got the video for you because I'm going to be going over 10 budget players I would argue everyone's got to pick up and add to their team. So let's get started with player number 1, who in my opinion, I consider to be an absolute demon in this game. And as we take a look at his stats, I want to let you guys know what I consider the criteria for a budget player. So a budget player, in my opinion, is someone that's selling for a price of 50,000 coins or less and is usable on every single Madden team except for the really high overall ones that spend a lot of money on this game. And the first player that's 100% going to be fitting that criteria is going to be this 82 Caleb Farley, selling for a price of 22k. He's got 87 speed. He's one of the fastest corners in this game with 6'2" height, great acceleration. He's a physical stat demon. Then as we take a look at the other things, they're not incredible. Of course, on a card that's got 87 speed and is only an 82 overall, we couldn't expect the man or the zone to be that high, but overall the card is juiced, man. I'd recommend you pick him up. Then card number 2 is barely squeaking onto this list as a budget player, selling for around 49k. We have who is, in my opinion, my favorite budget running back in Madden 23, and that's going to be this team builder J.K. Dobbins. Now, I don't know what it is about this card, but for some reason, he just breaks so many tackles. He's got 85 speed, 86 excel, so that's kind of like top end that you're going to find for a running back that's still considered budget. Then going a bit more in depth into some of these stats, the stiff arm's at a 79, the truck's at a 79. They're a little bit lower than the juke and the spin move. I personally would prefer stiff arm and trucking to be a little bit higher, but obviously this is still a budget card. We can't be getting every single thing we want. Overall though, this card just plays really well. I'd recommend him if you're getting like your first running back upgrade or even looking for a running back that you can use for like the next few weeks. Now before we showcase card number 3, I want to talk about someone you guys can be doing to get out of this budget stage forever in Madden 23 Ultimate Team, and that is by taking a look at the Best Ball Mania 3 tournament on the sponsor of this video, Underdog Fantasy. Now Underdog is running a season-long fantasy football tournament with, wait for it, $10 million in prizes that you guys can win. And essentially all you got to do to enter is download Underdog Fantasy. I will leave it linked in the description and in the pinned comment. Once you've downloaded, go to the draft section and get started. Try your luck. And of course, by using code SWIFT, you're going to get a deposit match on the app, which could give you up to 4 free entries into the tournament. Now, card number 3, we're sticking with the skill positions right here, and we're going to be talking about this MVS, Marquez Valdes-Scantling. In my opinion, this is going to be one of the best budget receivers you can get in the game. I know people that are sitting at like an 86 overall team and still use this card as like their wide receiver 3. So let's take a look at why. Now, the main reason why is because of the 2 stats you see on the far left, the speed and the height. 86 speed, 6'4" height. That's honestly all we got to showcase on this card, but taking a look deeper into his other stats, it's not like they're bad at all. Like you would think on this MVS card, his route running wouldn't be that good. No, he's got 85 deep, 81 medium, 79 short. The catching is going to be nice. Overall, an incredible budget receiver. I recommend you get this guy if you're looking for a new receiver. Then next up, let's navigate on over really quickly to the offensive line, because I feel like for a lot of people watching this video, you probably don't even consider what offensive linemen you're using in this game. So let me really briefly overview the 2 most important offensive line positions and the 2 best value players at those spots. So firstly, left tackle. There's a reason why they all get paid so much money in the NFL, and Charles Leno, in my opinion, is going to be one of the best balance / pass protection heavy left tackles you're going to find. He's got really good pass blocking metrics, 84 power, 82 pass block finesse. The run block, the pass block are going to be nice. I would say this is the left tackle you want to pick up. He's only selling for like 14k. Scoop up this card, sell off whoever you got. He's going to be better than really everyone that's like an 86 or lower. Then again, very similar situation when we flip on over to the right tackle side of things. This card is going to be a really balanced right tackle. I would argue he's better than basically any other right tackle in this game that's selling for 60,000 coins or less. So if you got a left tackle or a right tackle that aren't one of these 2 players and they're selling for like 40k, 30k, whatever it may be, I would argue these players are better. So sell who you got, pick up these cards. They're going to be A1 for you. Then flipping back on over to some of the more sexy positions, we got Denzel Ward right here, slotting in as one of my top 10 favorite budget cards in this game. I know a lot of people are going to point at the height and be like, 5'11" Swift, that's too short. And while I agree, 5'11" most certainly isn't going to be an optimal height, this guy's got 86 speed, 86 excel, 85 man coverage. If you're running a man coverage scheme and you're a lower overall team, this is one of the best cards you're going to find. Really good value for the stats that he's got. 85 overall. A lot of the stats are going to be 85 or higher at important spots. Now, I will say the card is going to be selling for 65k, so he's a little bit out of the budget price range I had mentioned before, but ultimately I would say he's worth it, and he's worth spending that 15k out of the range for. To get Madden 23 coins for the 100% cheapest price on the internet, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link in the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. So this next player is someone that I'm sure you guys will be interested as to who I'm putting on this list. You're probably wondering, Swift, what quarterback do you have as your favorite budget player? Now, there's definitely a couple options right here. It's either Tua or Kyler Murray, but in my opinion, I'm going to give it to Kyler Murray. I would say the two most important stats on a quarterback are probably going to be speed and throw power, but realistically, if you've played Madden this year, speed doesn't really matter all that much. Kind of what I'm looking for is good throw power. This card is going to give you good throw power. Of course, you're going to also have that escapability element if you need. Again, it's not necessarily as overpowered as it was in past years, but if you need to get out of the pocket, you can with this card. And ultimately, he's an 83 overall card, only selling for about 20,000 coins. Really, really good deal for the stats you're getting on the back of the player. The throwing stats are going to be pretty good across the board. All those accuracies are usable. Throw under pressure, throw on the run, all going to be really good as well. I would say throw under pressure is an important stat to have relatively high because people are blitzing just so much this year. So 82 throw under pressure is actually a relatively underrated stat. I would say that's pretty nice on the card. Now let's show some more big boys some love. We got Khalil Mack right here slotting in as one of my favorite value pass rushers in this game. If I didn't have Von Miller, I would have Khalil Mack. The man's got 80 speed, 80 excel, so that's actually going to be pretty solid for a right outside linebacker. Of course, he's mainly pass rushing, so the speed and excel aren't the most important thing, but they're good to have relatively high. Then across the board, you guys are going to notice there's no hole on this card. 85 strength, awesome. 84 block shed, incredible. He can play good in run defense. And then of course, he's an awesome pass rusher, and he's versatile. The finesse move, the power move, they're both really good. And that's awesome to see, because let's say, for example, you're playing against like a left tackle or a right tackle that's got really good pass block finesse, but not good pass block power. He can take advantage of that mismatch with his higher power move and beat someone that's got low pass block power. So Khalil Mack right here, big fan of the card. I would say if you're looking for like an upgrade at that outside linebacker slash outside pass rusher slot, this is someone to consider. Then again, we got another guy in the trenches that I think is pretty statted. Jonathan Allen right here at 45k is going to be one of the better interior defensive linemen you can find in this game at that price point. So 84 block shed is awesome. I would say for a DT, I'm kind of hoping that they can get off blocks because defensive tackles, their number one priority is usually to stop the run. Any pass rush is going to be a benefit. And then any additional pass rush you're going to get from your DT is typically a benefit. And this guy is going to be giving you those benefits. You're going to be able to reap those benefits with this Jonathan Allen. 85 power move is awesome to see. The tackling, the strength, the excel, all really good. Of course, speed is a 75, which is actually pretty decent. He's 300 pounds, 6'3". There's almost no hole in this player. I really like him. Then ending it off with the 10th and final quote-unquote budget player. I might have saved the best one for last. This card is a bit out of the price range, kind of in that similar range as Denzel Ward. I apologize. If you only have 50k, you're going to need to make a little bit more coinage to afford this player, but he is worth it. I would say the first thing you want to look at is the height. He is 6'8", so a little bit shorter than me, but still relatively tall. I would say that's usable. 6'8", it should work. Like, dog, this man is 6'8", 240. He could be an offensive lineman, and he can fly with 85 speed, 86 catching. I have played with this card on my team, and he will absolutely moss defenders like it's nothing. I swear he doesn't even see the defenders under there. 91 jumping. Like, dog, that's insane. The route running is great. The spec catch is amazing. Run block isn't great, but overall, this is probably the best tight end in the game. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me. If you want to see some of these players in action, I got a No Money Spent series on the channel where I've actually picked up a lot of these players. I will link a video right here where I showcase my team building and some gameplay. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.